Very good morning, students. For this lecturing video session, I am going to start the new chapter of Unit 2, which is Forces in Space. That is nothing but the resultant and the equilibrium of the rigid body in 3 dimensions. Right. In the previous chapters, I have taught you the resultant force and equilibrium of rigid bodies in 2 dimensions. See, as far as this chapter is concerned, so it deals with the determination of resultant force and equilibrium conditions for the non-concurrent and non-parallel forces acting on the rigid body in 3 dimensions. Right. So the moment of a force, right? So the unit which talks about the moments, right? So here, as far as this particular chapter is concerned, here we deal with only the non-concurrent, non-parallel forces which induces the moment about any point. First, let me just discuss with the moment of a force about a point. Moment of a force about a point. What do you mean moment, by the way? It is the product of force and its perpendicular distance, which I have already taught you in the previous chapter, isn't it? So let me just draw a 3-dimension drawing so for better understanding, right? Right. So let me just take this as x-axis and this as y-axis. It is supposed to be here. It is mentioned as z-axis. Right. So see, as far as the force is concerned, here this is Fy and so this may just go right. So Fy, then Fx and Fz. So this is the origin. So here the chapter, we are here in forces in space and the moment of a force about a point. So let me just take this as the point as A. Right, this is the origin. Now let me just explain. The moment of a force F vector passing through a point A, that is A. So the coordinates can be XA, YA and ZA because it is a 3-dimension, isn't it? So X direction, Y direction and Z direction I have specified here. About the origin, what is the origin here? As far as this diagram is concerned, it is O, right, which is expressed as the cross product, which is nothing but cross product is nothing but the vector product, right, of position vector, which can be represented by R, and the force vector F vector. Right. So So this moment is nothing but here as far as the 3 dimension is concerned, moment about origin equal to the cross product of the position vector and the force vector, isn't it? So here, see, as far as the position vector is concerned, can be represented by xai vector plus yaj vector plus za k vector, and f vector is nothing but this is the forces in x direction plus forces in y direction plus force in z direction, isn't it? So where the force is the f vector is the force and r is the position vector of any point as a line of the action with respect to the origin, let the moment can be, and this, let me just substitute this value in here. So this can be written as moment about O equal to xai plus yaj vector plus za k vector cross product or the vector product of force in x direction, forces in y direction and force in z direction. Since it is the cross product, right? So see, as far as the moment is concerned, so for the 3 dimension, it is the sum of the moment in x direction, moment in y direction and moment in z direction, isn't it? Let me just take this as equation 1 and this as equation number 2. So as you know, the moment about O is nothing but the position vector and the cross product of the force vector. So this can be written as, so position vector into force vector, so which can be represented by, see, determination. So which is I, J, K, which are the components of the x direction, y direction and z direction, and the position vector x, y and z. That is the location, isn't it? That is the position of the vector, right? And the forces in x direction, y direction and z direction. Got it? So therefore, if you do the matrix here, that is the determination. So for the I, it would be f z into ya minus fy into za, which can be written as f z ya minus fy into za. This is for the I component. Next, for the j component, it would be f x into za minus fx into xa. So fx into za minus fz into xa. This is for the j component. And for the k component, it would be fy into xa minus y into a and fx into minus ya, fx into ya. It's for k component. So let me just take this as equation number 3, right? So now I am going to equate the equations 1 and 3. Sorry, equate 2 and 3. Equating equations 2 and 3. So we'll get moment about x direction equal to f z y a minus f y z a. Similarly, for moment about y direction can be written as f x into z a minus f z x a. So z direction, moment about z direction can be written as f y x a minus f x y a. So look at here, this is moment about x direction, this is moment about y direction, and this is moment about z direction. So that is what I have written here, where the moment about x direction, moment about y direction, moment about z direction are the scalar quantity of m vector and xy z axis respectively, isn't it? So the magnitude can be written as magnitude of moment can be written as moment vector equal to mxi plus myj plus mzk, isn't it? So this can be written as the magnitude of moment can be written as m equal to root of, so because this is magnitude, right? So you will have to mention mx square plus my square plus mz square. So this is the magnitude of moment. Now the direction of the moment. Direction of moment so let the moment vector m makes an angle which makes angle let me just take theta or pi. Let me just take this as pi x, pi y, pi z about the axis x, y and z axis respectively. So cos pi x equal to mx by m. So this I have taught you in the first unit, where the forces in the non-coplanar or concurrent forces, where I have taught you cos theta x is equal to f of x by f, isn't it? So there I used to specify the forces. Here the chapter we are here in the moment, so instead of f we have to substitute the moment. Got it? So this is for the last unit, right? So the scalar particles we just mentioned about this. The statics of particles I explained in the table. So similarly, for this can be written as so pi x equal to cos inverse of m of x by m. Similarly, theta y can be written as cos inverse of m y by m, and pi z is equal to cos inverse of m z by m. Got it? So this is for the about the point. Similarly, the moment of the force vector, that is f vector, passing through A, which can be represented in 3 dimension x, y and z direction, about another point. So till now I have what I explained was passing through a point, that is A, from the origin, isn't it? Now it is passing through A about another point B, which location, whose location is xb, yb and zb, can be represented. Let me just draw a diagram for your better understanding here. right? So in the previous case, the origin was here and about a point. Now between the 2 points, that is about A and B, so the axis would be here. So this is the origin now here. This is y direction and this is x direction and this is z direction. Got it? So now the force can be represented in this way. This is x direction, so Fxi can be mentioned, and this is y direction, so Fyj can be mentioned, and this is the z direction, isn't it? Fzk. So let me just take this as A and this as B. Right? The position vector can be mentioned here. This is between A and B, right? So let me just draw this a dotted line. So this can be position vector A to B, right? So as far as A is concerned, the XA, YA and ZA, these are the coordinates, and as far as B is concerned, XB, YB and ZB is the coordinate, right? So now the moment about B can be represented about the position vector A to B cross product of F, right? So which instead of this you can mention in this way also, BA, so B to A, right? So in order to just differentiate it, as I mentioned this B here, so it would be easy for you to remember this. So the RAB equal to position vector of A to B, isn't it? So position vector of A to B, so this can be represented. Got it? So see, as far as A is concerned, XA, YA, ZA, and B is XB, YB, ZB. Right? So let me just take the I direction. So which means XA minus XB I vector plus YA minus YB J plus ZA minus ZB K vector. So moment about B, since it's a cross product, this is our position vector into force vector, which can be represented by IJK component, isn't it? IJK component. And next line is for the position vector, so which can be for x direction, XA minus XB, and this can be written as YA minus YB, and for this ZA minus ZB. Similarly, for the x direction force is Fx, Fy and Fz. Got it? So when it is about a point, which I explained previously, and if the force passing through A and about another point, then this is how we'll have to draw it. Hope you have understood this one. Let me just start the next one. Next is moment of a force about an axis, right? So the earlier one was moment of a force about a point in 3 dimensions. Now the moment of a force about an axis in 3 dimensions. So let me just draw a drawing for your better understanding. Let me just draw y-axis. Right, and then let me just draw about some axis, and this is the origin. Let me just consider this as N, and the force is somewhere here, the force which is acting here, that is force vector isn't it? This is a force vector. And this point, let me just take this point as A. And its position vector could be from the origin. Position vector can be this from the origin. So it can be represented R. And its moment could be in this direction. So moment about origin O. Clear? So consider a force acting on a rigid body at A of position vector R vector as shown in this figure. Now the moment of force about a point, the moment of force, which is force vector about a point. Let me just take this origin O. That is moment about O equal to position vector into the force vector, isn't it? So that can be determined, right? So knowing this moment, the moment about any axis but passing through O can be determined. Let an axis ON, that is axis ON, passing through O, and the moment of the force, that is force vector, about which axis? About the axis ON, because we consider the axis ON, isn't it? So ON. So then its moment can be written as moment of ON is the dot product, or the scalar product of the unit vector, along the axis, and the moment of force about the origin, which is O, right? So since it's a dot product or scalar product, so which can be mentioned as moment about the axis ON can be represented by the unit vector, right? Unit vector into moment about O, right? So in other words, it can be written as moment about ON equal to lambda ON into, so MO I have written here, MO as position vector into force vector, isn't it? So that can be specified here. So which can be OA from the origin to the point, isn't it? Into F vector, right? So MO, that moment about ON can also be written in determinant form also. It can be written in determinant form, in determinant, that is matrix form. So the moment about ON equal to, here first this is the lambda is there, so lambda in x direction, that is unit vector in y direction, and unit vector in z direction, and the position vector is x direction, y direction, and z direction, and the force is concerned fx, fy, and fz. So whereas lambda x, lambda y, and lambda z are the direction cosine, direction cosines of which axis? ON axis, isn't it? And x, y, and z are the coordinates. These are the coordinates of point of application of force vector, isn't it? So the application of force vector. And what about fx, fy, and fz? Fx Fy and Fz are the scalar quantities. Are the scalar quantities of F vector in which direction? In x, y and z directions. Right. So just remember this, when the moment of a force about a point which I taught you, and the moment of a force particular an axis, about an axis, this is what. So this is the formula, that is the moment about ON is equal to lambda, that is the unit vector into the moment about or the origin. So this can be written as in the determination form. Next, equilibrium of rigid bodies in 3 dimensions. Equilibrium of rigid bodies in 3 dimensions. So a rigid body will be in equilibrium if both the resultant force and couple acting on it are 0. Right? As such, the necessary and the sufficient conditions for the equilibrium of a rigid body in 3 dimensions are summation f of x equal to 0, then sum of forces in y direction is equal to 0, and summation of forces in z direction is equal to 0, and sum of moment about x equal to 0, sum of moment about y equal to 0, and sum of moment about z equal to 0. Right. So these are the necessary and sufficient condition for the equilibrium of a rigid body in 3 dimensions. Just remember this. So based on this only, you need to solve the problems. Right. So when it is said equilibrium of a rigid body in 3, in the sense, a rigid body will be in equilibrium if both the resultant force and couple acting on it are 0. Right. If you want, let me just write it down. A rigid body will be in equilibrium if both the resultant force and couple acting on it are 0. So then we'll have to mention that the necessary and sufficient condition for the equilibrium of a rigid body in 3 dimensions is summation of f of x is equal to 0, summation of f of y is equal to 0, summation of f of z is equal to 0, then sum of moment about x is equal to 0, sum of moment about y is equal to 0, sum of moment about z is equal to 0. So hope you have all understood the concept of the equilibrium of rigid bodies in 3 dimension and the forces in space about a point and about an axis. Thank you.